I'm Jen Zielinski in the Castanet studio with Robert Ritchie, who's joining me today to talk about a different side of the story. Last month, the cyclists in town held a critical mass ride to honor those fallen while riding a bike here in our city. Robert's here to tell us a different side about what happens to the driver involved in that accident, especially if they're not the one at fault. Can you take us through just what happened back in September 26, 2015?
Well, to make it short, I was on my way home, basically, after having lunch with a friend. And I was driving north on Springfield. I guess that would be east on Springfield. And it was a busy day. It was overcast. There was vehicles, a corner of Belgo. There was vehicles behind me. There was vehicles on either side on Belgo that were stopped at the stop sign. So I'm doing the speed limit, and to my right side of the road on Springfield, or on Belgo, fellow just passed the parked cars and right out into the middle of the intersection. And it just shocked me because I slammed on the brakes and screamed no, and then this poor fellow hits my windshield.
So this was the 63-year-old man who was cycling down Springfield. You were not at fault, but you didn't find that out for many months, and you didn't find out that he had passed until you'd taken, I guess, it upon yourself to even contact the RCMP.
Well, yes, I was very concerned because being traumatized and having somebody hit your windshield, let alone pull out in front of you and not able to stop, I was concerned. And information is not very forthcoming on the police's side, or even with ICBC. So I had to phone and see how this fellow was.
And you wanted to obviously find out this accident was not your fault. A gentleman had hit your windshield, and you did not know how he was. He ended up passing away.
Yes, he did.
In hospital. Now you didn't find out whether or not this accident was your fault for how many months?
I believe it was like 3 months or so. I have it documented, but I'd say at least 3 months.
So take me through that. What's it like to not know for 3 months whether you're the reason this man has died?
Well, it's a lot of stress and suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome, which I had, and I still think I do have. I'm still getting over this. It takes a big toll emotionally. The stuff that I had to go through. Just knowing that this fellow had passed away, and then dealing with my life work and not having the vehicle. My vehicle was taken away. So
in conclusion, what now? What would you like to have happen now? How do you go forward?
I don't know all the avenues that are open to the general public to have their say, and I'm not a very good speech writer or storyteller, but if somebody could come along and sit down and go through this and help draft up something that could be presented to the government or even ICBC. Out of all of this, I think ICBC has been the worst offender in my situation. They've traumatized me more than having this fellow just die.
Well, let's put it to our listeners and readers here at Castanet. If you have a way to help Robert, or you would like to add to this conversation, send us a letter to news@castanet.net. I want to thank you for joining us, Robert.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yes, and for Castanet News, I'm Jen Zielinski in Kelowna.